Hey, geometry. Lucky you, I'm gone today. I'm stuck at meetings. So here we are having a video lesson. Our next transformation that we are learning is a translation. And again, you probably saw this in 5th grade, but we're doing it again. So we are going to translate figures on the coordinate plane today. Let's get rolling. So all a translation is if you were to pick up an object and slide it around like this. Up, down, left, right, and then flop it down. You don't change its orientation at all, you're just sliding it around on the coordinate plane. So in symbols, this is what it looks like. We have our x, y, and then this is how we're changing it. So the h represents the horizontal shift, so how we move left to right, and the k represents our vertical shift, how we move up or down. Just let's note a few things here. If we had x minus h, remember minus means left and plus means right. And for our vertical, it's a little bit more easy to remember because obviously minus means down and plus would mean up. So let's try a few examples together. So it says rectangle QRST with vertices QRS and T. So let's graph our pre-image and see what it looks like when we are done. So take a moment to graph those with me here. So Q, R, S, and T. Looks like a rectangle to me, right? What does yours look like? Okay, now it's saying we are going 5 to the right and 7 up. So I'm going to take each of my points and go up 5 over 7. I lied. Over 5, up 7. Here we go. I'm going to start with Q. So I'm going to go 5 boxes to the right. And then I'm going to go up 7. So now my Q prime is at negative 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6. Let's move R prime over 5, up 7. R prime is at 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. T, again, move it over 5, up 7. So today is probably kind of boring, so all you're doing is counting. And that is at 3, 0. And then S. Make sure you label your prime so you know which one's your image and which one's your pre-image. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6, 2. All right, so we just graphed our image. And now what's nice about translation is there's an easy way to check if our ordered pairs are correct. So if I look at Q here, and I look at where I started, if I take negative 6 plus 5, I should get negative 1. If I take negative 1 plus 7, I should get 6. So really you could check it algebraically, or you could do it algebraically first and then just plot your points if you didn't want to sit there and count. Sometimes I find this relaxing by just counting, but it's up to you. You do what you want, but if you want to go through and check all your points, it all checks out. Okay, let's try another one of those just to see if we get it. With triangle CDE. So take a moment to graph our original image. Let's see, C, D. And then E, Is your triangle in the fourth quadrant? Because mine is. Okay, that's our pre-image. Let's draw our image. So this time we are going left 3, as if this helps you, left 3, up 8. So take all your points and move them left 3, up 8. C prime is at -1, 7, D. E prime should be at 4, 4. And then E. -1. I lied. +1, 2. Well, they look congruent minus my manual errors, but there we go. We just translated it. How do we feel about it? Pretty easy? Okay, this time let's try writing the rule given our two figures here. So our first question is, where do I start? Do I start with triangle A or triangle B? Which one's my original image? And remember, your original image does not have the prime. So this figure A would be what we started with because these little prime marks are telling us that was our image. So we're going to use our symbols. So we're going to have x comma y because this is what we started with. And now we have to figure out what our horizontal and vertical shift was. So we got to fill in these blanks over here. So let's first look at our horizontal shift. So let's just start with D. Like, how did we get from D to D prime? Well, if I look here, I had a horizontal shift of, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 to the right would be +7. And now if we look at our vertical shift, how many up did we go? 1, 2, 3, 4. Y +4. That's it. That's all she wrote. So we just wrote our rule. And now we are going to do something that we haven't done yet because we haven't had the means to, but now we do. So this time we're going to start with a triangle, and then we're going to transform it twice. We're first going to translate it, and then we're going to reflect it. We call this a composition, a transformation, so just more than one. So the process starts off the same. We're going to draw our original image. To start off with drawing triangle GHI. So take a moment to graph those 3 points. So G is -1 up 6. And it's really important that you label these especially, okay? So make sure you take your time and do that. Oh boy, not a good sign. There we go. -6, 6 for I. All right, so this is our starting triangle, our original image, triangle GHI. And now we're gonna, our first move we're gonna make is right here. So my will be in blue. We are gonna go 7 to the right. So right 7, down 5. So we'll take each of our ordered pairs and we're gonna go down 5, right 7. Here we go. So there's my new H. We'll do H prime. Move G over. All right. So this is where we should be at right now. And I'm just going to double check something. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3. All right. Everything works out so far. And now we're going to reflect it over the line y equals -3. Hopefully you remember y equals -3 is a horizontal line that goes through y at -3. So let's draw in our line for a visual. 3. So we are reflecting over this line right here. And if you remember from yesterday, when you reflect, we just count how far away each of our points are from our line of reflection. So since H is 1 box away, I'm going to go 1 the other direction. And now I have H double prime because it is our second transformation. So we're going to do 2 little tick marks instead of 1. Now if we go for G, we are 1, 2, 3, 4 boxes away. So now I'm going to go 4 away in the other direction. Now we have G double prime. And lastly, our I is also 4 boxes away. So again, we're going to go 4 boxes in the other direction. Now we have I double prime. And there we have it, folks. We did it. This is a typo. These should really have double primes next to them. So this should say G double prime, H double prime, and I double prime. If you would fix that in your notes for me, that would be super. And now we're going to label our ordered pairs. So if we do G double prime, it should be 6, -7. We'll see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Everything checks out. H should be 6, -1, 2, 3, 4. And I should be 1, -7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Beautiful. Perfect. Okay, your homework is not very long. You are just doing a worksheet. So here's the deal. Be good for the sub. Find something else to keep yourself busy and quiet. I do not want to come back to bad sub notes because that will make me sad. And you don't want to make me sad. Have a super day, and I will see you on Wednesday.